In the wake of Kevin Hart's terrifying car crash back in September of 2019, TMZ reports that no one in the car that night has filed a lawsuit or been sued. On September 1st, Hart was a passenger in his 1970 Plymouth Barracuda when the driver of the car, Hart's friend and producer Jared Black, lost control and crashed through some wooden fencing. It was just before 1 a.m. in Malibu, California. The blue Barracuda crashed about 10 feet off the road and into a ditch, leaving both men with major back injuries and landing Hart in the operating room for spinal surgery. He recently opened up about the aftermath of that crash in an interview with Men's Health, explaining that his recovery process has led him to do better and prioritize his family even more, which his wife, Aniko Parrish, is happy about. She tells Men's Health, quote, "There were times where he was here, but not really here. Not to say he wasn't a family man before, but he's expressed that the accident made him make up for some of the time missed because of work." Meanwhile, Hart went on to add, "I'm not trying to get back to where I was before. I want to do better than before. It's a resurrection. Resurrection. That's the best way for me to put it. I feel like the other version of myself died in that moment, and this new version was born to understand and to do better. I'm glad this is coming now. I'm getting older. I'm 40. You know, this is when I'm supposed to start realizing this bleep."
Help's coming, guys. Don't worry.
These are the emergency calls made moments after Kevin Hart's vintage muscle car careened off an LA road.
He looks like he's hurting.
The caller describing the chaotic scene early Sunday morning.
Sounds like the passenger's stuck in the car. The driver is out of the car, but he looks a little hurt. I think the top of the car is crushed.
But today there is new confusion about who was behind the wheel.
How many people are stuck inside, do you know?
I think it's just one lady now. The driver is out right now. They're trying to get the passenger out.
The bystander saying he saw the driver get out of the car, but the initial report says Hart's friend, Jared Black, was in the driver's seat and trapped in the vehicle when emergency crews arrived. Police say Black's fiancée, fitness trainer Rebecca Brocksterman, was also unable to get out of the car. In the newly released calls, an unidentified male voice can also be heard speaking in the background. But police did not say any of the passengers were taken to the hospital on their own, indicating only Hart left the scene to his nearby residence to get medical attention. The initial police report also saying alcohol was not a factor in the crash. At 2:15 a.m., a woman identifying herself as Hart's wife called 911 from their home.
He was in a car accident earlier tonight, or what happened?
Yes, earlier tonight. I don't know what happened. He's not coherent at all.
Did he get treatment originally from when he was injured? Did he go to the hospital, or?
No treatment at all.
Did he get treatment originally from when he was injured? Did he go to the hospital, or?
No treatment at all.
Only Hart left the scene to his nearby residence to get medical attention.
We're just here, and he can't move.
Is there any obvious broken bones that you can tell? You see anything broken?
Just something on his back is pulling out on his spine.
Hart is expected to make a full recovery after undergoing back surgery, but 4 days after the accident, police sources familiar with the matter tell NBC News the investigation remains ongoing after a late-night ride involving one of Hollywood's biggest stars.
They're clones, stupid ass. Damn, they look just like you.
It's the same exact person.
Even
down to the DNA. You know what DNA is?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
DNA is digital necessary asset.
I always thought it was that. Now, what I need to know is we're going to break up into two groups. Who wants to be down with the Kill Kevin clone group? All right.
Wait. I've been dreaming about killing Kevin for years.
Do you know how many hits I have if I kill Kevin on my single fans? Then Akira will be all mine. This nigga got to die.
He's everywhere else, and now he's on SportsCenter. Kevin Hart, star of the new film Central Intelligence, joining us now. How do you do it? I look on Twitter, there you are. Facebook, there you are. Television, there you are. How do you do it?
I have a clone.
I was going to say that. There's two of you.
Cat's out the bag. Okay.
okay? It's about a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you.
All right.
I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned.
Okay, all right, I appreciate
That's why I'm able to do all that I do.
All right. Movie coming out this weekend. What was it like working with The Rock?
I have a clone.
I have a clone. I have a clone. I have a clone.
I was gonna say that. There's 2 of you.
Cat's out the bag, okay? It's about a good 3 of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you.
All right.
I'm the first person to ever use it. I'm cloned.
I'm cloned. I'm cloned. I'm cloned.
Okay, all right, I appreciate
That's why I'm able to do all that I do.
YouTube, what it do? I keep my fam. Welcome back. You new to the channel, call me Kinfolk. So look, today, as you can see, we have Kevin Hart is no longer here. The Kevin Hart that you see is a clone. So without further ado, man, we finna tap in. We finna see what's going on. Kevin Hart, dead and clone, right? So y'all seen the videos prior to, me opening up this video. Y'all heard the details that don't make sense, but it's a reason why they give you these details that don't add up. It's always something missing in these stories. But that's for a reason. They want you to know that something's off about this. If you use your critical thinking skills, then you'll see why it doesn't add up. Now, the cops confirmed the vehicle belonged to Kevin at the car crash, but they tell us he was not driving at the time of the accident. There were 2 other people. They're not even look at these grammatical errors. There were 2 other people were in the car, including the driver, and cops say Kevin and the driver both suffered major back injuries, quote unquote. The 3rd person is a woman who did not require hospital treatment. Police say the driver had not been drinking. One of Kevin Hart's classic cars ended up in a ditch in the Malibu Hills after veering off the road. TMZ has learned, so this is a TMZ article, and looking at the damage, it's a miracle he and 2 other people in the vehicle survived. So let's do some adding, right? Let's do some quick addition. So we have Kevin Hart, we have the driver, because they said Kevin Hart was not driving, and then they said the 3rd person is a woman. So we have 3 people in this vehicle. Kevin Hart accident update. The Barracuda that he was driving was converted to a 2-seater. The most glaring thing missed is that this particular 1970 Plymouth was converted from a 4-seat configuration to a 2-seater long before comedian Kevin Hart owned it. So if my math is mathing correctly, 2 seats can't fit 3 people. So they lied about somebody being in the car. So now the question that you have to ask yourself is, why lie about that? If this is a genuine car crash, why obscure the details of the accident? Something's fishy going on. Something fishy is going on, right? They say non-automotive news outlets all report the 3rd passenger, who was Rebecca Broxterman, the driver's reported fiance, was riding in the back seat, but the car does not have a rear seat, only 2 small storage compartments as seen in the photo below. And let's take a look at these photos of the car. Now here you see these 2 seats. Now I know sitting in the back seat, right, when it's 3 people, right, in a car. Now these people got money. We talking about Kevin Hart right here. Now I don't know why somebody would willingly sit in that uncomfortable of a space when these niggas obviously have more than 1 car. See, this some shit us poor folks do. right? When it's 3 people and it's only 2 seats, okay, well, we gonna have to lap up in this bitch. You feel me? Somebody gonna have to be uncomfortable. But you telling me these rich ass niggas, when he could have easily just drove another car, and you telling me she just stuffed herself back there on top of them 2 small storage compartments? Something's not adding up here. Right? And here's the picture from Kevin Hart's car himself. Well, itself, should I say. Right? With the two seats, right? Pushed to the back. And here's my thing, right? If she was back there, why isn't the seat pushed forward as if somebody got out? Because they said they had to save her from the back. So at the time you took that picture of this seat, of this crash happening, and the roof being smushed and everything being just destroyed, why isn't the car seat pushed forward? You telling me you pushed it forward and you set it back to take the picture? No, something's not making sense. Something's not making sense. Something's not making sense. Was he even in this car to begin with? Because why was he the only person that wasn't at the scene at the time the police arrived, the ambulance arrived? He was the only one that was gone. He just walked away and went to his house. That's what they said. They said the driver and then the passenger, they had to retrieve the passenger, but Kevin Hart was gone. So where did he really go? Where was he really at? Come on. Let's get to this hardcore evidence, right? Now, Broxterman broke her silence on the crash with an Instagram post on Thursday, which she shared photos of Black, who was her fiance, recovering in the hospital, and also of Hart's completely totaled car after the accident. Now, they say Black was driving and Hart was in the passenger seat of his 1970 Plymouth Barracuda during the car crash. Notice they say nothing about Broxterman in the car. They say Black was driving and Hart was in the passenger seat of his 1970 Plymouth Barracuda during the crash in Calabasas, which happened after Black's sudden acceleration after a turn. According to the release, Hart left the scene to his nearby residence to get medical attention. When you heard the wife fuck up the lines, because when they asked, did he get medical attention? She said, no, he didn't get medical attention. So why is the news putting out that he did get medical attention? And that's the reason why he left the scene to go to his house to get medical attention. So why, when they called the wife that was at the house, why did she say that he didn't get medical attention? Why are the stories not making sense? These are the questions that you have to ask yourself. But then Broxterman says she only suffered a complaint of pain, but she was just crippled up in this motherfucking back seat. But you telling me the only thing that was wrong with her motherfucking nigga sitting up there with a goddamn brace on his motherfucking neck. But you telling me she crippled as hell in the back seat like this, in this most uncomfortable position, and the roof of the car got smashed, and the only thing wrong with her, she just complains of a little pain. Man, there's some bullshit going on in the game. They lying about somebody being in that car, and I think it's that girl. I don't think that girl was in that car. I don't think that girl was in that car. Right? But look, let's get to the gematria, man. So what you're about to see right here is the practice of gematria that has been going on, that has been brought in by the practice of Kabbalah. Right? This has been going on ever since the early 1500s, ever since the spell of the English language has come into play, ever since everything that you see, mainstream media, the politics, sports, celebrities, as you can see, it's all done by a specific numerical code. No, this is not the act of a simulation, because if that was the case, English would have been the very first language that would have been brought in. But this was something that was created by man, and because of that, this numerical code that was also brought in by man is what you see today. So Kevin Hart, if we take the letters in the words Kevin and Hart, we get 45 in full reduction. Oh yeah, I'm gonna break this shit the fuck down so you can understand every single thing that I'm about to bring forth to you. Kevin Hart equals 45 in full reduction. Now full reduction is A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, right? A is the first letter, B is the second, so on and so forth. Now full reduction is the double digits are being reduced to the single digits. So E, right? The E in his name is actually 12 now. I believe E is the ABC. Oh no, I'm tripping. Let's take for an example, right? J, which is the 10th letter of the alphabet, right? J, 10 becomes 1 now because 1 plus 0 equals 1, right? That's full reduction right here. So if we take Kevin Hart and car accident, we get 45 in full reduction. This was meant for him. They planned this for him to happen. They planned for this to happen to him, right? Ritual also equals 45. So now you see reverse full reduction. So if I just told you ABC equals 1, 2, 3, the same concept, only Z is now 1, so on and so forth. That's how you get reverse full reduction, right? Ritual, the same thing. Ritual, which equals 81, and car accident equals 81 in English ordinal. ABC 1, 2, 3, exactly like that, all the way to the 26th letter of the alphabet. And that's literally how you get these numbers right here. When you add up the numerical value of these letters, C being 3, A being 1, so on and so forth. That's how you get this stuff. It's that simple. And we getting the same connections, different cipher. Ritual equals 81 along with the car accident that he was involved with. This was a ritual to get him up out of here. Now, I don't know what Kevin Hart did behind closed doors. I don't know what he said no to, because they could have easily just replaced him without saying anything. But they put him in this car accident, and then he's been different ever since. And they even gave you the code words. I feel like it's been a resurrection after the car accident. A new me, a new Kevin. It's a reason why they did this in front of you, because they could have easily just cloned him and not said anything. It's a reason behind everything that they do. But come on, 81, right? Ritual and car accident, right? He got in a car accident in Calabasas, California, which also equals 81 in reverse full reduction. Oh, he also got in a car accident 8 weeks and 1 day after his birthday, the year that he got into the car crash. So see, this is the same formula every single time, and it never fails. And this is according to the satanic. I can't show this PDF file. It'll get the video removed. But it's a PDF called the Satanic Cult Awareness, and it even mentions that everything that revolves around these people that are tied into the occult revolves around their birthday. It's something very special about your birthday, and they connect it with your death day. And that's how they do all these sacrifices, all these rituals revolves around the member's birthday. So everything that happens to these people, look at their birthday and look at the day that it happens. It's always connected. And we have 8 weeks and 1 day to the car crash in Calabasas, which equals 81. The ritual, 81. 8 plus 1 equals 9. The number of completion. That's why Kevin's talking about he's this new Kevin now, because that Kevin, the real Kevin, is gone. The number 9, the number of completion, the new cycle, a cycle of this new Kevin that they brought in. Kevin making too much money for these elites. It ain't time to remove him just yet. Completely. Oh, would you look at that? He even got into the car accident on 81 date numerology. Now also with his birthday, he got into the car crash 1 month, 3 weeks, and 5 days after his birthday. Just like Kevin Hart equals 135 in reverse ordinal. Now reverse ordinal is the same thing as English. Only thing, Z is 1, Y is 2, all the way till you get to A, which equals 26 in this cipher. And you take these letters, you add the letters up. That's all we doing. And you get 135, just like how he got in a car crash 1 month, 3 weeks, and 5 days after his birthday. What's the odds of that? Right? Now he got in a car accident in his 1970 Plymouth Barracuda. Now if we break down that number 277, we get the number 59. Just like how this car, this Plymouth Barracuda, was involved in an accident in Calabasas, which equals 59 in English ordinal. And here we have English Sumerian. Now English Sumerian is a very ancient cipher that the Sumerians use. The only difference is with Sumerian, you know, they bring it in with the English, but actual Sumerian, the base of Sumerian is the number 6, which is a perfect number, right? So every letter of the English ordinal cipher is multiplied by 6, right? I'm pretty sure if you add up this, if you do 59 times 6, it should equal 354. Let me pull out my calculator real quick. Yeah, it equals 354. And that's why the Sumerians use that cipher, because of the number 6 being the perfect number. Right? If we break that down even further though, right? The 59, which, hold on. I don't think y'all really paying attention. The car equals 277. Now let's break the car down. The car, we get 59, the prime number 59, which he got in an accident in Calabasas with that car. Now let's break down 59. Now 59, he actually got killed in that accident in Calabasas with that car, because kill equals 17, right? 17, the 17th prime number of 59. You see how it trickled down? You see how it just broke down even further? And we got that kill numerology. He died that day. Kevin Hart passed away on that day. Now the day that he got into this crash, September 1st, 2019. Now if we break down the date numerologies, we get 49 and 22. Just like how he got in the crash, and that's what brought in that clone. 49 and 22 with clone and the crash. You can't make this stuff up. I'm only bringing you what these words equal. I can't manipulate it to equal a certain thing. You can go behind me on every slide and confirm if this stuff really adds up the way that it's shown. You can do this shit by hand if you really don't believe it that much. But come on. Now he died in the crash, which brought in the clone, right? 22 and 86, all in the same ciphers. More importantly, the number 86. Now we know the number 86 refers to murder or getting rid of someone or something. And that's what they did. They got rid of the original Kevin and they brought in the clone, which he told you he was cloned. Don't take my word from it. Don't take my word for it. He said it himself that he's a clone. They not telling you that for no reason. They not playing when they saying this stuff. He didn't even laugh when he said it. But come on, man, 86. Just like Plymouth, the car that he got in, the car that he was, the kill car, the death race, right? Plymouth equals 86 as well. Right along with blood sacrifice, which equals 86, right? Getting rid of someone or something. Now to connect blood sacrifice again, Kevin Hart actually got into the car accident with 121 days left in the year, just like blood sacrifice equals 121 in English ordinal. Even Drake told you about this. He said, I wrote this shit on January 21 in the song Sacrifices. January 21, 1/21. And also, Regina King lost her son on January 21. Man, they just telling you that this stuff is real. But it's up to you if you're gonna live in the fake reality, or are you gonna wake up fully 100% to the truth, not pick and choose what you want to believe is the truth. Come on. Once again, in another cipher, reverse ordinal, right? The English language backwards. We get blood sacrifice, which equals 257. So let's break that down. 257 is the 55th prime number. Just like how he was blood sacrificed in that car crash, which equals 55 in reverse full reduction. Also, car crash equals 71 in English ordinal, ABC 1, 2, 3. Now let's break 71 down. Every way we can go about it, we gonna get to it. 71. 71 is the 20th prime number, just like RIP, heart, and death. Equal 20 and 25. Look at the synchronicities between both in full reduction and reverse. RIP, heart, and death. We get 20 and 25. He's gone, man. What Justin Timberlake saying in that song? The old me is dead and gone, dead and gone. These folks not playing with you. And they said Justin Timberlake, you know what? Because they said Justin Timberlake got into a crash. Anytime these folks get into a bad car crash, just know that and they come out alive, just know that they've been cloned. I'm starting to think that's what's going on. When they tell you these folks Offset, when they tell you these folks have a bad car crash and they come out alive, and you look at the car and it's like, how the fuck did he survive that? Man, nigga been cloned. Just go ahead, seal that in that bag. They've been cloned. Come on. The car accident, right? Which he was in the 1970 Plymouth Barracuda at the time of the car accident. Now, what do you know? The Barracuda forwards and car accident backwards equal the same numerology. So who gave him that car? Who sparked the idea? Hey, Kevin, you should get this car. I think you should buy this car right here. Who did that? Who whispered in his ear and told him to buy this death car? And who did something to it? Because we done heard this story so many times, they just lose control. They don't actually get into like a collision with a innocent bystander. They just lose control of the car. So who's bugging these cars? Because we do know that's possible, right? We do know that it's technology out here that can do that. But come on. Also, with the 1970 Plymouth Barracuda equals 115, just like killing equals 115, that killing car. Also with Plymouth, right? The make of the car and human sacrifice. That doesn't go to say that if you have a Plymouth, you should get rid of it and burn it. But that's just, it's the intentions that they have with these numbers. It's not the numbers itself, it's the intentions behind it. So we can see in this case, we can see that the Plymouth was used for the human sacrifice. See what I'm saying? Also, Calabasas, California, that's where he got into the car crash, equals 366, just like Kevin equals 366 in English Sumerian. He was meant to get in that crash in that specific area. It was all planned out, just like it is every other time. right? Now remember, in the beginning, Kevin Hart calls his near fatal car crash a resurrection. And the place that he had this resurrection was Calabasas, California, and we get 66 in the same cipher, full reduction. They letting you know, man, he's been replaced. It's not that far-fetched, man. They've been cloning sheeps and cows and dogs and cats for years. Why is it far-fetched that they wouldn't just clone a human being? When you clone a human being, you have more control over it. You don't have to worry about them saying things that you don't want them to say. If it's a clone, you can just program it and give it a handler, and they'll never get out of line. They might have a malfunction. They might go on the red carpet one day and they just black out, or you say some type of trigger word and it snap them into some type of disassociation personality. But you ain't got to worry about it saying nothing crazy. You ain't got to worry about them saying, waking the world up to what's really going on. You ain't got to worry about none of that when it's a clone. But they said the accident happened just before 1 a.m. Sunday on the windy and treacherous. See, they already creating the narrative that it was just so windy and it was just treacherous out there. And that's the reason why the car accident happened, right? But they said it happened on Mulholland Highway, right? Mulholland Highway equals 266, as does car crash equals 266 in Jewish. Everything about this scene was strategic. Everything strategic. Mulholland Highway in English ordinal equals 193. Let's break that down. Let's break 193 down. 193 is the 44th prime number. Just like how Kevin Hart died 44 weeks before his upcoming birthday, right? Kill equals 44 and comedian 44. We've already seen this with another comedian, right? The same numerology, but let's look at that resurrection one more time. Resurrection equals 990 in English Sumerian. Now, if we break 990 down, we get the 44th triangular number. He was killed this day. And then he said he was having a resurrection, where we get the same numerology. This is not the real Kevin Hart that you see. But the number 44, we seen this with another comedian, right? Teddy Ray. Hill, Ray, and comedian equals 44. And guess what happened with Teddy Ray? Teddy Ray died from swimming, right? In a swimming pool, where he was the only one there in a house that wasn't his, 2.5 hours away from his own residence, right? But he was found dead in a swimming pool, right? So he died from swimming, which equals 44. He also died 44 weeks after Russell Simmons' birthday. And you don't think this shit going on? Yeah, okay. Kevin Hart injured after car crashes in Malibu Hills. Malibu Hills equals 118. Death equals 118. What else equals 118? The clone equals 118 in Jewish Gematria. Everybody knows about it too. Everybody jokes in your face. Ashton Kutcher tweeted the tallest Kevin Hart clone yet. Thank you, benching. Everyone makes jokes and jokes about it and puts it in TVs and scripts and in shows. Everyone knows about this except for you. It's an inside joke. And everybody's laughing. Because he's not the only celebrity that's being cloned. And I'm not gonna sit here and say every single one is cloned. We're gonna get to them one by one. I don't come on here unless I'm 100% about something. And that's why you ain't seen me say nothing about no mask yet. Only time I said something about a mask or a possibility of a mask was Kobe Bryant and Myles Garrett. That was the only time I touched on it. And this was the first time that I touched on a clone. And yeah, without a doubt, 100%, Kevin Hart has been cloned. And without, you know, and damn, I'm finna close this bitch out. What I was finna say? Without a doubt, with all that information that I came across, I can say that he was in fact cloned, man. So that's all we have for this video, man. Appreciate y'all for all y'all support. Appreciate y'all for hearing what I gotta say, and I'm out.